think for the first time on main stage, if I'm not mistaken. Kind of been, we talked about how we thought it was a bug that he wasn't even showing up in the game, but obviously not the case. At least Gaben has something to say about that. So we will be seeing him this time around. What do you think about him in this specific lineup?
I think this is a really good Morphling game. Great last pick from VG Gaming. They seem to just get some really good heroes out of the pool. Obviously, in this case, since the change to Morph, he can get killed pretty quickly by a Blink Echo Slam, but this is a position 5 Earthshaker, and that hero might not get a Blink Dagger until minute 25. If he's buying wards instead of Yapzor, this will take a very long time to come online. So I think Secret might actually have to play the Rubik as a 5 this game and give Puppy a little bit more farm, at least until the Blink. So I like the Morphling pick. I think VG Gaming's lineup is good in this game as well. And I'm kind of with Jack. I like Secret's lineup too, but I think just from what we've seen today, VG Gaming has just looked stronger. I mean, it's 2-1, and in the first game they kind of threw it away. They looked better in that game as well. So we'll see if Secret can prove us a bit wrong in this game and pick it back up.
So of course, when Morphling first came out, since they remade him, or at least his ultimate, Rubik broke a lot of games. I'm expecting that to not be an issue here. If he steals Morph, is there anything cool he can do? I mean, you can turn into the Ultra CC Master and Lion. Pretty much have everything but the ultimate, so that's pretty damn good, I would think. Obviously, the mobility of Puck and the phase shift to go along with it. I don't know if you don't get stone remnants, do you?
You do.
Really?
Yes.
Do you get the full charges right off the bat?
Yes, it's actually a thing. If you're playing Morphling together with Earth Spirit in your pub game or whatever, and you're playing Morphling, you take a level 20 talent, or you can target allies. It's actually sometimes useful to just turn into Earth Spirit, place a lot of remnants that he can use. If he's running out of remnants and you want to push or take a shock fight, it can be helpful because he can use them as well. It's just any stone in the game is usable by Earth Spirit.
So if you turn back, the stones remain?
Yes, I believe so.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
Speaking of Earth Spirit, this is a pretty classic matchup, the Rubik versus Earth Spirit as supports. There's a couple of things to mention. First of all, Rubik, of course, a great hero at countering Rolling Boulder. You roll in, you get lifted, and you can get tossed into the tower. Speaking of which, we're actually going to see a little toss on
looking for the
Young 11. He'll jump away. The other thing, of course, is that Earth Spirit is probably one of the absolute worst heroes for Rubik to play against from a spell steal perspective. All of the spells are garbage. If you steal the silence, you can't, there's no stones for you to use with it. If you steal the roll, it's pretty bad. Mid 1, taking some good damage here from Lannon and Young 11. They're actually going to commit for this quite a bit. Forcing a TP from Puppy, they could be in trouble now.
Searing Chains, that's a kill. Puck taking a lot of damage. Fissure coming in as well. Young 11 will be first blooded by Secret, and the pressure is on as Lannon attempts to get out. Yaps are trying to get in front so that Rolling Boulder will have no effect, but TP support, of course, Young 11 already spawning since it is very early in the game. So first blood goes the way of Secret.
This is something you often will have to do when you're safe laning an Ember. Like, you have to be there with 2 supports for a bit. The hero's innately really weak in lane, and therefore they have rotated their Shaker up here. But yeah, what were we talking about? The Earth Spirit spell steals. You steal Boulder Smash. The only thing you can use it for is for, like, once again, you don't have stones. So Magnetize is also a pretty weak steal in that regard. Oh, good pressure.
Oh, my goodness, that's a second death for Young 11.
He was not ready for the burst damage coming in from that Fate Bolt. Had 4 stick charges and was able to jaunt for like about half a second there, but thought he was going to be fine. Got caught off guard.
Ori picking up an Invis Rune. Of course, you're talking about how Rubik not great against, as far as stealing spells against the Earth Spirit, but of course, if he does get Morph, how easy is Morph to steal? It's pretty instant cast, and then depending on what spells you've stolen as the Morphling, can just make sure that he can't take that ultimate from you, right?
I mean, I guess you can just cast Morph and then very quickly activate Attribute Gain, right? Then
that's true.
That'll be the one Rubik will steal, which Rubik also likes that one, so it's kind of nice to go max strength on Rubik. Don't go full agility.
Wait, you wouldn't be able to do that though. You're stealing, you're becoming a different hero temporarily.
I'm talking about stealing the attribute shift spell.
Oh,
right?
Oh, I see. Yeah,
you can still steal that, right?
I mean, that's the dream.
You can.
I love doing
you
that.
can,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, absolutely. Why not?
You used to do that at least. I don't think
you just go full strength and you're like that the rest of the game. It's great.
Have you seen it's one of the most watched Dota videos,
the
I think.
Sunstrike in base over and over? Yes.
No, not that one.
Oh, okay.
Never go full agility?
Yeah.
Have you seen? That's the one. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Telekinesis. Puppy looking for a fissure, but he's going to get impaled first. There's the Hex to follow. Lanham and company should be able to take him out, and they do. Lanham will be the trade with that last sleight of fist coming out for mid 1. So a 1-for-1 trade. And Young 11, of course, only level 2, 5 CS in that top lane. But in the mid lane, what do we have here? Ace, he's sitting on 11 and 5 versus Ori, who's 11 and 5 as well, actually. So quite even to start this game. How do you like this matchup? We haven't really seen, we've seen Death Prophet have some horrendous games in this tournament, but versus the Medusa specifically in a 1v1 scenario.
I think it's I would maybe give Medusa a slight edge in this lane, but Death Prophet can generally hold her own. She can push the way with Quick Swarm, and if she gets in close to Medusa, she can actually pressure her a decent amount. So maybe it seems pretty fair to me, just on first thought. I don't think it's, let's just call it 50-50. It's like a very insignificant advantage that you have in that lane, I would say. So Ori's doing well. Obviously 10 denies, the big difference here in mid compared to the 5 of Medusa, so we'll out-level her by a decent amount.
Paparazzi waveforms out into the safety of his tier 1 tower, and the health salve will heal him up very, very full. Mid one in the meantime, the top lane pops the flame guard, but that's not going to stop the auto attacks. The wand keeping him healthy though. And he's going to need a health salve or have to go back to base. In fact, he will just TP back. Ace in the meantime taking the Spirit Siphon. Got TP in the form of Earthshaker. Looks like Puppey will cancel that TP though. And Ace sitting on very low HP and low mana right now.
And putting good pressure here. Vici Gaming are making sure to make moves on multiple lanes. They've so far accumulated about 1,000 gold lead just from raw farm in lanes. This Morphling has been doing a great job against Darkseer. So Darkseer, obviously, the thing about this matchup, Darkseer against anything, is that if you're very good at knowing the Ion Shell timings, when to deny, like how fast it ticks, you just practice that a bit. A lot of heroes actually do pretty well against Darkseer, and Morphling is no exception to top lane. I think Lanham is fine here.
Yep, he does have support.
He'll get thrown away.
3 members of Vici there.
Morphling has really high base damage. He morphs to full agility in the lane and just starts denying creeps, and Darkseer gets severely out-leveled and out-farmed in this lane, as it looks right now at least. I'm surprised it went this far. I don't think Darkseer should be losing the lane this hard, but just shows how well Paparazzi is doing down here on that Morphling. And in addition to that, Morph likes to get health regen, right? Like you want to get maybe a, we'll wait from that for a second. Fissure.
Happy with the Fissure. Spirit Siphon slowing him down a little bit more. Lan M.
Yeah, he can't continue.
Trying to follow through, has the Orb of Venom, but not going to be enough to catch up to that big fat Earthshaker.
So Darkseer often wins his lanes by consistent harassment with the Ion Shell, just pressuring all the time, tossed into tower. He's going to be fine. Young 11 will John out. But Morphling can just morph to full agility and heal up way more effectively with regen than other heroes relatively, by just using that salve on very low base HP or having a Ring of Health, Perseverance. This is going so well for Vici Gaming right now. They're actually just winning this laning stage really hard. I wonder what secret. See, that's the problem here. Their support to a Shaker Rubik. How are they going to dominate lanes?
I don't think I've seen CS discrepancy like this in a long time. 43, 25, and the next on the list for Secret is 22 and 7. That is huge. His top lane looks like mid one's in a bit of trouble. He's going to get stunned. Gets off the Searing Chains though. Nice Fissure from Secret. Mid one will live as a result. In fact, Health Salving is going to get canceled though to Young 11's right click, so heads up play from him. And Paparazzi completely left alone here.
He forced Darkseer out of the lane. He played an aggressive move with the waveform over the top of Fata, got multiple attacks in before he surged away. And now Fata has to go to base, and Paparazzi starting to deal damage to this tower.
Yeah, with the Earth Spike onto Puppey and the roll in from Lan M, trying to block him to a high degree. Gets the Fissure off and he will limp away. The Morphling is such an interesting hero now though. You can become Darkseer, put Ion Shell on yourself, and then just go back as Morphling and just wreck him.
Yeah, and surge yourself.
And surge yourself in the meantime.
Yeah. That exact play is not available yet. He hasn't skilled Morph. A lot of the time we say, oh, hang on. Careful, Paparazzi. It's just going to use a Tango. Heal up very quickly here. But yeah, most of the time we see Morphlings max out the Attribute Shift and the Waveform first, and then secondarily maybe 1 point in Morph on level 9 happens sometimes, but a lot of the time we also see them skill Adaptive Strike instead.
Yeah, so sneaks into the jungle. I don't think Paparazzi had vision of that. Not sure if they can actually get any kind of a kill potential here. No mana to speak of onto Fata. And of course Telekinesis is available, but Paparazzi is very difficult to kill. Of course, you can't change your stats while stunned anymore, but of course, how many stuns are we looking at?
For Shaker Rubik.
And neither of which are really that long of stuns. Go with Stone Gaze, if you can somehow get that off. That's
How bad a action time do you have if you get Stone Gaze and not
sometimes
get
you
it?
don't notice, you know, that hideous woman.
That's in your
coming at
games.
You never know. Never know. These things
hearing an
for double
exorcism?
damage. Yep, exorcism popped.
What? Did
Really
nothing.
for no reason, but
It's gonna go
they
bottom.
could go for this bottom tier 1 as a result.
Go down. Could have Paparazzi tank the tower a bit if they want. Has the Ring of Health. They will force out a cliff. Now comes the creep wave. Secret seem to want to defend this, actually.
They do. Ace still with that double damage. Big Mystic Snake clearing the wave. And Fata ready to go fissure on 2. See, doesn't look like Vici wants to pursue any further though. They will roll out to safety. 2K lead for them right now. Young 11 has the coil in his repertoire now. Mid 1 still not level 6 in this lane. So can't take advantage of the mobility that comes with being Ember Spirit. And YapzOr, like you said, kind of a greedy support in general, but maybe this game can't really afford to do that. We'll have to remain, I mean, it kind of remains to be seen whether that's actually going to be the case. Puppey right now, of course, at the bottom of the network.
I think it's
a substantial margin.
I really think it's a problem for Secret this game if they don't get a blink on Shaker. There's some games in the past we've seen poor Shakers do a lot with Fissure. I feel like they need Echo Slam this game to win fights. Like the Morphling will be way too big of a problem if they can't reliably chain stun him with that. Fissure is great, but do you feel like they can burst this Morphling during a Fissure and maybe a Rubik lift perfectly chained? I don't think so. Not later in the game anyway. It's going to be too tanky.
Yeah, most likely.
So,
well, Remnant's online now for mid 1, so see if you can use that in an aggressive manner to get some kills for Team Secret. Who's happy with this right now? Obviously, you're talking about Vici having the advantage early on in this game, but does Secret still feel comfortable going forward, or do they need to start getting a little bit aggressive? Of course, Puppey's not even close to the Blink Dagger, as we've alluded to over and over, but do they need to get more aggressive in these engagements?
I think so. I feel like mid 1 is the hero that can equalize this game with a couple of good plays from the Ember. They can get something done. I think he wants his level 7 at the very least, maybe even his level 8 before he starts moving though. Actually, trading with Young 11, forcing out the coil.
Yeah, of course, one of the few abilities you can get out of that pretty easily, as long as you're not silenced. And meanwhile, in the bottom lane, we see the, oh my god, Morphling gets destroyed. The telekinesis into the waveform.
Okay.
Could not attribute shift in time.
I was not expecting that kill, but he's playing with fully outmaxed agility.
Yes.
Maybe a little bit cocky, you know, you can maybe have 10 strength more than that and then you don't die. Secret take advantage of the greed. Good kill for them. They're going to start doing structural damage too. They have a siege creep with this wave, so pretty much perfect timing. But I don't think Vici are going to just let them have this. Landham is in position. Morphling will respawn soon and TP bottom. And that should be the end of it. They're actually not even trying here. I'm just going to let Landham get XP.
He's going to be surrounded here. Puppey's going to find him. Gets silenced though thanks to the waning rift. Young 11, no coil for 19 seconds. He can get Searing Chained, has to use Illusory Orb to get out. Fissure won't hold him long enough. But yeah, I agree. If Puppey's able to get that Blink Dagger at some point, that's when you can actually start chain stunning to a more consistent manner, at the very least, because that's kind of their issue right now.
Oh, TP top Rubik. No, canceled it.
A lot of canceled TPs.
Yep.
Last few games.
We have. It's I feel like Vici's kind of philosophy around playing the games, what it looks like.
Fenrir just leveled up on that creep that Puppey killed. Thanks for the ult, bro.
Didn't get to use it though. Oh, bottom lane again.
Yep, Paparazzi. But
Paparazzi immediately 2,700 health. Thank you for that, Gabe Newell.
And down to 260 now. There's the coil. See if Paparazzi wants to commit here. Not winning Rift applied as well. He's not really doing that much damage. Adaptive Strike literally does nothing. As YapzOr feeling pretty confident right now. Has the waveform. Young 11. What did he steal? YapzOr gets the telekinesis off. Looks like it was just a phase shift and not going to be using it in time. But here comes mid 1, able to clean up the puck. Looking for Paparazzi as well. But that is a tanky mother effer. See who wins this 1v1 battle of the ages. Ori has TP'd in. The Adaptive Strike doing a nice kind of stun, but won't be enough to actually find a kill.
Nice quick play there from Paparazzi, morphing into the Rubik, using Fate Bolt, morphing back and getting Attribute Shift running quickly enough before the Ember started to put some pressure on him. But yeah, I feel like you can tell in this game how Vici are thinking about just Dota in general. They're playing very pressure orientated. They keep forcing heroes to rotate. We see, like you said, multiple canceled TPs more or less every game from Secret because they feel under pressure. They have to always defend towers, defend heroes that are getting ganked by Vici, and it's also just a result of the draft, really. Like, Secret's supports are not the best for this kind of playstyle with the cores that they have. If they had like Shaker and a Quap mid, for example, and all of a sudden they can force TPs and pressure, but Shaker Medusa, not that likely to put pressure on the mid hero, and Shaker Darkseer, not that good together either. So Vici are kind of dictating the whole tempo of this game, and Secret were playing catch-up for quite a while.
And Ori and company taking out that Centaur
here from Fata, but he's 0-4-4-0 build on Darkseer, so doesn't really have much to do here except farm up the creeps. And he's going to go away from mid.
Puppy's still being chased now. Young 11, he forces a TP though, yet again. Earth Spike Fenrir. Looks like he might be the sacrificial lamb, but in the meantime, in the mid lane, a telekinesis on a few heroes as Fenrir finds his way into the grave. And it looks like it's a 1-for-1 trade across the map, as Fata does drop to Paparazzi. So Paparazzi right now, second in net worth, only to Ori on the Death Prophet.
But ever so quietly, Ace is getting a lot of farm. Let's not forget this Medusa. He's just sitting at best okay. He's just, wait, I'm hearing a coil, hang on. Puppy, TP out.
Left. Oh! The last millisecond able to finish him off. And that gives
He did not
Earth
need to,
Spirit
Shannon, though. Do you know why?
Do what?
He didn't need to take that kill with Earth Spirit, because Coil deals damage when
In Fountain, yes.
Yeah, so he would have died anyway.
That's true.
So you got really excited over nothing.
I
That's
do that all the
fake
time.
hype right there.
Sorry. I've learned from all the other casters in this Fata Ion Shallow play. That's true. It's actually one of those things it's difficult to remember sometimes because it's been like that for so long.
It's also difficult to assess really how high the damage amount is. You know, it's been changed. The old coil dealt way less damage on break than the new one, but it's a really substantial amount when you try to TP out.
True.
Well, smoke rotation from Vici Gaming. Let's see if they get anything out of that. They're smoking to the pushed wave top with the puck. If they find Puppy here, he is already more or less doomed.
Yep, already uses Fissure. He's going to get hexed into the roll, into the death. Vici Gaming with a 2K lead, and they're going to position themselves to be able to take this tier 2 tower. Secret. See if they try to defend this or not. We're going to see the ward play, so that's at least an easy D ward for later. Fenrir taking the Fade Bolt to the back of the head. But still feeling okay thanks to the urn. It looks like Ace is just going to get this solo tower in the mid lane. That's very nice for Secret. Fortification is popped. He's probably just going to back, but knowing that most of these heroes are top, feels pretty safe to secure that for himself.
Yeah. If Vici don't get this tower, this was not that good of a rotation. Well, they're trying now. Medusa TPing in.
Has Stone Gaze, of course. Searing Chase coming in. Land him extremely low to start this fight. He's going to drop right off the bat. Impale comes in as well. There's the Fissure onto 2. Exorcism is activated. A triple silence into a triple coil. Young 11. Triple kill for Ace, though. Just turns it around. Yapzor able to get a couple, but it's a 3 for 3 across the board. It looks like mid one is next on the plate here for Vici Gaming. Adaptive Strike will stun for a little bit, but the 2 cores of Vici are super healthy, and they take the tier 2 tower.
Oh, damn, Paparazzi did so much in that fight. Turned into Ember, used Flame Guard, got a double chains combination, turned into Morphling, waveform across 3 heroes. That fight for me was all the Puck and Morph combining in the beginning. Secret had a great start to it. They got the Earth Spirit kill almost instantly. He got 1 stun off, but nothing to go with it. No silence, no magnetize. And they still end up getting the draw there, plus a tower, just because of their raw power between those 2. And of course, Ori, quietly in that fight, unfocused, so Exorcism will do the rest.
We talked about the power of the Puck Coddle combo. Maybe not quite as strong, but Adaptive Strike into Dream Coil, not too shabby to be able to finish off one of these Secret heroes that
can also kick with Earth Spirit.
Yep, true that. You got a couple of abilities to be able to reposition heroes, always helpful to have. It's actually very deceptive how much that break damage is, especially once you get that Aghanim Scepter. Pretty ridiculous spell with the right hand. I'm not going to read that. It's too long. Net worth, though, still 2K lead for Vici Gaming, as both Ori and Paparazzi sitting quite pretty. What does Medusa have right now?
Dragonlance.
The typical.
Mask of Madness building into 4 staff.
The cookie cutter Medusa build, if you will.
It's pretty standard. Let's see.
How many Ancients have they been stacking for him, though? I just saw him take out an Ancient stack now, but...
They've done 2 stacks at least, maybe 3. haven't been paying that close attention. There's been a lot of fighting going on from Vici, so wonder how much information they really have at the same time, because they've been making all these moves but not keeping Medusa in too much check. So it has been getting good farm. It's continuing here. The Force Staff only a couple hundred gold away, but it's still, I think Morphling has a pretty good matchup between those two. It's one of the better carriers, just being super mobile. Deals a lot of single target damage, obviously, something Medusa doesn't like. Their mana burns are only really the mana drain, which is not that good. So that's good news for Ace, at least.
And Paparazzi has Lincolns. We'll be going for the E-Blade, and that is not good news for Yapzor. That is one of those here. Of course, he does have null field, but yeah, it's, what is that, 5%?
It's a really good value point. Lawan is 10, but like regardless, it doesn't matter if he has it on aggressive, right?
Oh, the coil top lane. Looks like they're going to find Earthshaker with that Echo Slam, though, into the fissure. This is going to be enough to get the kill with the Fate Bolt. It is. And Secret turning that around nicely. A much-needed kill for them, as they're looking to bring this net worth lead back into their favor. But Paparazzi finally going to get this tier 1 tower. Actually, a little bit surprised they didn't finish this off earlier.
That's true. Took them quite a while. It's a courtesy mainly of the Darkseer, obviously keeping the push going, getting the Helm of the Dominator to skip waves with as well. And that, wow, that adaptive dealt a lot of damage.
Is that a Helm of the Dominator creep?
Yeah. That was a Dominator.
Thanks, Slacks. I can read that one. Oh, Ori is going to find a Mystic Snake to the back of the head. He's going to pop the BKB with the Exorcism. There's the Yules. Onto Fada. He takes, oh my god, that burst damage is insane.
No Echo Slam available.
That is true. Lanham jumps in. Puppy looking for potential fissure here. There's a telekinesis.
Stolen coil.
Yep, stolen coil. He actually steals the attribute shift. Looked for him to be super tanky in this game now. If that is still in the game, that is. We'll find out soon enough.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Right now, Yapzor sitting on 2,000 health.
That is so nice. So, of course, for those that don't know, yeah, obviously you lose the armor and you're not going to be able to get great attack speed from Rubik anymore, which is a real shame. But you do keep that stat gain forever. So just don't misclick, is what we're trying to say.
Yeah.
That can't be underrated either, because the null field on top of that, now it's going to be much harder to burst down.
It is. I don't think I've seen him play with the defensive null field yet, though, in this game. He keeps it on aggressive. They obviously have really good synergy with the aggressive field as well. Mystic Snake, the Ember Spirit damage, Echo Slam, Ion Shells. They have so much magic damage in their lineup.
Oh, they can actually turn this around. Nicely done from Vici, baiting that poor mid-1 Ember Spirit.
Same time bottom, Paparazzi, double damage.
Yeah, he's scary. He is scary. Has the Ghost Scepter to work with, not too far away from finishing the E-Blade completely.
Yeah. I think his goal in every fight is just to blow up Shaker, actually, if he can. I think that's his best target. Without the Shaker, Secret's AoE control is not that good. They have Vacuum Wall, and that's kind of it. Nothing else is that reliable. Sure, you can telekinesis a guy and maybe toss him into the team, but that is very situational and very positioning dependent. Ember's Light Chains is something, but there's Yules on the Radiant side already on the DP. Puck's next item is also the Yule's Scepter. Earth Spirit's next item, you'll never guess, it's also a Yule's Scepter. And Lion has 60 gold, so he has a bit of way to go. But
he has a smoke, he's fine. Easy peasy.
2 ops and sentries on him. I wonder if Vici want to Exorcism for the next Roche here, actually. I think they're in a position of power now where they can kind of enforce that play to happen. And if Secret run into them without good vision, could be in trouble. But Puppy's Blink Dagger, of course, hasn't been available now. Oh, nice deny by Ace.
Wrecked.
Denies the ward. No XP for you, no gold for you, Fenrir. But still, this puts Vici in a very good position here around the Roche. They're actually going to just go for it right now. So
yeah, and Secret not very close right now. What level is Morphling able to take over teammates? Is it 20?
20, yeah.
So imagine jumping in as Puck.
You don't
think it's that good?
I don't know if that's the spell you should take here. Waveform attacks targets is also really good.
Oh, that's true. It's the same one. I forgot they changed that.
It's a good talent.
Well, Exorcism allows them to get the Aegis onto Paparazzi, so good luck killing him twice.
Yeah, it's going to be really
position
hard.
themselves to maybe initiate onto Ori. This could be a big kill. He pops the BKB immediately, and the Yules. Exorcism still going. Lots of damage being applied to the poor Yapzor. He dies. Silence now onto Darkseer. They're just going to right-click him with that Spirit Siphon, and there's the coil to ensure that that will be a second kill going in their favor. And another stun coming in, this time on Ace. Gets off the Mystic Snake. How much is it going to help? Mid-1 and company.
Slight change coming in. Oh, Paparazzi failed it.
Not able to.
Only level 2 slight.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's difficult to to actually pull off in that case. Fissure connecting.
Considering that Echo Slam was only on the ground from Puppy, I wonder what he got cancelled by, or if he just messed it up. But with that 2-for-1 trade is actually not the end of the world for Secret. That could have gone way worse, especially considering Ori got the BKB off with good timing and still had duration left and exorcism.
Very fast reaction.
Yeah.
Very fast reaction. But Age is still online, of course, so
yeah.
Vici sitting quite pretty at the moment. 5K lead at 23 minutes. And so I guess in that case, I guess we should be expecting the level 20 talent to be the other one. The waveform attacks target. It's pretty damn good.
It's not the worst target Allies game, like you said. Bottom lane, speaking of pop.
Mid one, a lot of damage. Phase shifted completely. Fissure comes in. It's only going to connect on Fenrir. That means mid one is now on the retreat. The coil will be applied again. Does he have an arcane rune or something? He just used that. Illusory comes in, and down goes the mid one again, this time at the hands of Fenrir. Puppy looks to be fine as he ends in the fog of war. My goodness. Lots of burst damage from Vici, from several heroes, in fact. Oh, Ace jumping in onto, or Paparazzi jumping onto Ace. There's the E-Blade coming into effect and the adaptive strike as well. Not quite enough to actually kill Ace, but still doing substantial damage and forcing him away from the Ancients, which is definitely not what he wants. He's going to wait for him in, being very cocky. Oh my god! The wall into the Fade Bolt. He had a lot of agility, not a whole lot of strength, but that was just the Aegis.
That wall illusion is dangerous as well. Gotta be careful. If that illusion comes out, I think Vici need to kill it with Mana Drain or a couple of attacks.
Yeah, get some farm here. Get some farm on that Dark Sea. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's nice. That's a good illusion.
Pretty strong illusion.
Good, clean, young illusion right there. Still got some kick in him.
Puppy Invis wants to ward. Might try for, I don't know if they can set a fight up here.
Yeah, Puppy, of course, with Blink. He's going to go for the Enchant Totem on the Courier. We'll get it. Nothing was on it, but still good experience, good gold. A Yapsor steals Crypt Swarm. Gets the telekinesis off. Ace has Stone Gaze available if they want to try to defend this.
So he took waveform and text targets, so
yeah.
No need to cover the...
Which one will he take?
Oh, we can't even look at the potential plays. How boring.
It makes the fight very confusing, so I'm kind of thankful, actually.
You don't like two illusory orbs on top of each other?
It's very difficult to cover.
So Medusa, Scotty is almost complete. That is the one hero on Secret side that is doing well this game. Ace has a lot of farm, but he has a lot of weight to carry. Both Ember and Darkseer are very far behind.
Yules in the air. He gets silenced. Another Yules, though. Making sure he can get unsilenced, and he's just going to get out with that Remnant. Nicely done. Of course, Yule's a great counter to Flame Guard in general, but when he has one of his own, he typically can get away in most situations. Now the question is, what does he go for next? What's next on the table for mid one? Now that he has the drums and defensive capabilities of
Radiant's queued up right now. I don't know if that's the best choice in this game, but at the same time, I feel like Secret might just have to play for an ultra late game, see if he can wave clear, get more farm, have the blind against the Morphling in fights, obviously nice, but he has no defensive item apart from Yule, so he can get killed in the blink of an eye. If he gets stunned by Lion and blown up by Morphling, he actually dies from full HP if he doesn't Flame Guard on, so he needs to be careful.
Ace only 100 away from finishing that Scotty. Going to be quite nice for him.
Bought a Veil.
Going for Veil, so kind of
7-minute Veil.
Yeah, that's a little bit surprising. Typically, that's
trying to enable his team, I guess. It's like, we're far behind. We're going to need a good fight. This is the most cost-effective item I can get us right now for the next fight.
Ace definitely finishing the Scotty here, as there's a smoke on both sides, actually. See if they can find each other. Doesn't look to be the case, at least not yet.
Well, Morphling is actually really far away from his team right now. He's all the way back in base. Waiting for his BKB, 10 gold to go. Another big item, there's the Scotty. And that's the goal call for Secret. They know they just hit a timing, so time to go.
Oh, Searing Chain, probably coming with the Enchant Totem. They're gonna clean up the puck. The Echo Slam was used.
And a Centaur stomp in the back too.
Yeah, Fenrir getting harassed. Looks like the Earth Spike was stolen by Yapsor, and Paparazzi still waiting for that BKB in base. Can't tick the gold any faster, unfortunately for him.
That was a nice combination play though. Slight chains into Fissure, into Blink Echo. Quite a lot expended there from Puppy, obviously, but it's a core kill.
That's true. That is our instant replay capability here. High production value at Moonduck.
But why did Shaker kill a Lion when it was a puck?
I mean, he had to do that in advance. He had to guess, so it's a 50-50. You know?
Great.
Close enough.
They look pretty similar, Puck and Lion.
It's all good. Slacks has his issues, but
Yeah, absolutely.
we love him anyway. So Blink Dagger looks to be next for YapzOr. Not even close though. But we did talk about the Blink Dagger on Puppy. He didn't get it at that bad of timing, so
I got like minute 20.
could be worse. I mean, Puppy, that like generally he's position 5, like you said. So he's going to get it at a later duration, typically. Butterfly next on the table for Ace. And
Yeah, it's good this game.
yeah, it blocks that waveform attacks targets. Pretty good.
Nice.
Yeah, it's pretty good. How fast is that attack, actually? Is it just your regular attack speed, I assume?
I think it just automatically attacks the target when waveform crosses.
It's one attack as you waveform?
I believe so. Yeah,
Okay.
I think it hits once on every target, which doesn't sound like much, but when Morphling is 300 damage, it adds up.
It definitely adds up. He's going to run into mid one, pops the BKB.
Oh,
that's a
that
big
was
deal.
Really defend. I think he was just scared the whole team was there, but there was absolutely no reason to do that from our perspective. Of course, values his life a lot.
Oh, the coil expended as well.
He'll be able to go in
cancel
here.
this TP from Puppy. Oh, he does find vision though. YapzOr will be able to get out, but still, that's a coil down. That's a BKB duration. I mean,
Not too bad.
it could be worse.
One
Definitely
support
could
kill.
be worse.
I think that's a net gain for Secret overall. During all of this movement from Vici Gaming, Secret have been pushing out both mid and bottom. So Vici will have to go back on the defensive and protect these lanes, so they didn't really progress out on the map from that one move at all.
Yeah, and creating a lot of space. Fata, of course, has the Greaves, Helmet Dominator as well, and once he gets that Blink Dagger, this becomes super scary, especially for Morphling like we saw. That illusion can wreak havoc on himself if he's not careful.
And he can set up Puppy. I think that's the bigger thing. If they can get a 2 or 3 hero Drag Echo.
Oh boy, all right, that's called burst damage as LAN-M. Looks like they're gonna find YapzOr, at least that is the goal.
Aggressive Yules from
They're
Yap.
gonna go any further though.
We'll get out. He's so tanky on moving. Like
It's crazy that Ember Spirit can die that fast though. That was basically 2 spells.
Yep. Morphling for you. Remember, people said this hero was dead.
This is Captain Strat though. Any hero can work, except for Techies apparently. We just never see that one.
In the right situation in Captain's Mode, this hero can still be extremely powerful. And
Yeah,
as the last pick of the draft, which it was in this case, there are still games in Captain's Mode where one team maybe has like 2 stuns or not that much lockdown.
Oh, the Exorcisms pop Ori with the BKB as well. The coil and the Finger of Death being used to try to take down this
everything on
Medusa.
that
And
guy.
triple silence for the Greaves. Going to bring him back into the game. But this Ember Spirit is dead.
Oh,
Sorry,
they healed him at the same
Medusa is
time.
dead. Has buyback available. Fata's going to be
Who
next on the
cares?
list.
Wow.
And Vici are just cleaning up these fights. As long as they're grouped up, it's very difficult to stop them. This tier 2 tower looks to be dead. Echo Slam's still available though, so.
That was even with a
potential's
missed
there.
E-Blade. They E-Bladed the Darkseer at the same time they Yuled him.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then he came down and just died anyway to Ghosts almost immediately. Vici's lineup has so much damage right now. They actually just straight up ran into a Medusa with full mana and HP with 0 mana drain and killed her through all of her defense. I was like, right now, that's like 6,000 or 7,000 damage they just dealt there, or even more.
And Young 11 only about 1,500 away from finishing Aghanim's Scepter, and we've seen the power of the coil so far. If you get a Medusa in that coil, you kind of want to force staff her out into the opposite direction, but if you do that, it's going to take substantial damage, which we saw in that fight. It's just going to get worse with the Aghanim Scepter, and even a BKB won't stop. So,
Yeah.
and that's the power of the Ag. As Fenrir gets an impale,
YapzOr.
they're going to get the stun off and the silence coming through, but the Yules, if you can get anything off after the fact, the coil is placed. That was a stolen one. Fenrir's just going to have to wait it out, but they do find the kill on YapzOr.
And they might actually push high ground with this.
I
Might
have
not
to say,
sound like that much, but
Vici in this series has entire tournament, in fact. Well, I shouldn't say entire tournament. It's basically the playoffs. This Puppy, you are dead. Died to the auto attack of the waveform. Thank God he took that skill. Who knows if he got that kill anyway. Fata getting Spirit Siphon, but will TP to safety.
no secondary lockdown after the Yules, so we'll just TP out. If Ori can somehow catch him with the Silence and then cast Spirit Siphon and save the Yules, that can be a kill next time, but obviously very difficult in the heat of the moment. Well, there's still going to be a tower for Vici Gaming here. This tier 2 is absolutely undefendable for Secret. They will have to resort to holding their high ground, and I think Vici will force them to. They still have their Aegis on the Morphling. They have the Cheese on DP, ultimate available in 10 seconds. This is a really good time for them to go high ground, especially if Morphling just walks a little bit to the top left and realizes that he can double his damage, but didn't find that.
The crazy thing about this game is Vici, of course, with his 12k lead, Fenrir is by far the least farm hero in the game. Playing the position 6 right now, essentially.
Yeah, he has very little on that line, but that's what's really impressive about Fenrir as a player, how much he gets done with so little. It's a lot of experience playing years of position 5. I don't know if
Years of abuse.
has he ever played another role? I'm trying to remember.
I mean, some games he'll go 4. Right?
I guess so. In this team, like a few times he plays 4, that is true. But he has never played anything else than support, I believe. I can't remember seeing.
Not in my memory. But
and a lot of the old school players have played multiple roles, but Fenrir has really stuck to that support position. So.
Bless his heart.
He's done a lot this game. I praised him for his Bane plays in the earlier game as well. Like, just doing so much with minimal resources is not easy.
Scotty now picked up by the Morphling. So he is going to hit like even more of a truck if he wasn't already.
So strong now. Almost level 25 as well. I think in this game he will probably go for the 2 waveform charges.
That's pretty strong.
But the double adaptive can be good sometimes.
Money changes hands.
Actually, yeah, you could go both, I suppose. It's okay, Slacks. Take it easy. Just use that bucket if you need to. Ember, Spirit, and company. How good is the high ground for Secret? I mean, they have the Echo Slam, they have Stone Gaze, obviously, and the Vac Wall. They have the Wombo combo capabilities, but it's all about Vici Gaming, grouping up, be able to allow something like that to happen. And so far, the way that they played in the
they found Yapsor again.
Yapsor, he's going to get blown up. Not quite enough damage yet, but the Crix won't finish him off. The wall comes in, it's going to hit the Morphling. Fata's going to pay for the price. There's Echo Slam coming in, only hitting 2, one with BKB. That means Puppey will fall next in all likelihood. A nice stun onto Fata on the backside as well as the Spirit Siphon and company is doing absolute work. Next on the list is the Ace Medusa, and this will be a huge kill for Vici Gaming, and they do so. Double kill for Paparazzi, and it's going to be tough to stop them. Of course, buybacks are there for Secret.
This full backdoor protection. They don't have a wave in base, so they might not even have to buy back the Medusa.
He could still potentially take that, honestly.
It's pretty rough. Can't do it without the ghosts, and they're expiring now.
So he did go for the double waveform, by the way.
Yeah.
Very, very strong. Aegis
mouse over that for additional information, Pipmuckle. You can see, not the talent, the buff he has with 2 waveforms. There you go. Dota tooltip modifier, number 4.
Very nice.
Absolutely great.
That's good for the noobs to understand a little bit better. As this tier 3 tower is dead, mid-rax looks to be next. Question is, will they be buying back on anybody? No Echo Slam right now. Medusa, of course, no Stone Gaze. The very least mid-rax is Vici's. They're going to position themselves for the bottom now.
They might give up 2 lanes to not buy back their Medusa here. Maybe they feel like they can't fight anyway. We'll see what their decision is.
And this tower at the very least is dead. Puppey comes up with a beautiful fissure. They're going to blow up the Morphling, but of course that is just the Aegis. Ori pops the BKB. Looks like they're going to work on the poor Ember Spirit. Buyback was used by Medusa. The question is, will Vici Gaming back up or not? Ori continue with the Spirit Siphon. Looks like Ace is going to continue to deal damage. Gets the Hurricane Pike off, but Paparazzi is there. Puppey and company there to take out Lion. He buys back into the game. Meanwhile, looks like the Stone Case being applied to Ori. Little ring around the rosy, and they're going to deal substantial damage as he's in stone form. Pops that Shivas, though. Very tanky. Gets the Yules off as well. Paparazzi continue to right-click. If they're able to take out Medusa, this will be game in all likelihood. It's going to be close. He's extremely low. Will they finish him off? They do. That is a dieback, but they do get Paparazzi. Nope. He's still at half HP. Waveform again. Puppey. Very low, gets surged away. They will finally get this Morphling. A triple kill for mid one, but a very expensive one at that. Ultra kill, in fact. So Secret technically hold, but it was very expensive.
And all of the kills going to mid one is the exact thing they don't want, because he has buyback penalty during that entire fight. So
that's true.
He got very low there.
Whoa there. Puppey really hates those creeps. He Echo Slammed the shit out of them. Jesus. Good Lord.
You might just feel like, you know, the next fight is not coming in 100 seconds with all these death timers, so it's like, even if that was a mistake, that's about as good of a mistake as you can have on wasting Echo Slam when the entire enemy team is dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
he just wants to use it. He's just itching to hit that R.
It was an expensive hold. I want to once again highlight how well Paparazzi actually played that for a moment. Like, he turned into the Ember Spirit, got Slide of Fist off, got Chains off, got Flame Guard off. He dropped low on health, turned back into the Morphling to get full health again, continued fighting, almost survived that, but ultimately they did lock him down with all of their stuff. How many buybacks was that? It was the Medusa, the Ember, the Darkseer. Was there a third one, or a fourth one rather? I think that's what they used. Yeah. and only one used from Vici Gaming, the Lion.
Indeed.
So another big gain for Vici, although a lot of experience obviously going the way of mid 1, should not forget that. Sure, he doesn't get all that gold, but a lot of XP. He's now to level 22 after all those kills, so can start to feel on par in levels.
Yeah, He's going to jump in. They're going to try to take out this pesky Puck. They'll do so. Takes Waning Rift as a little treasure for himself, as their prize. Puck, of course, does have buyback for the death timer for 75 seconds, but buyback is available.
Oh, let's see if Secret can do it again. This reminds me of game 1.
It does. It does. That the first pickup, he would need to buy back and then die again. But it's the Puck this time. I feel like Paparazzi is way too strong. They'd have to do it to him, if anyone.
Yeah.
I mean, he counts as about...
I don't think they can do it on Ori. I actually don't think they can blow him up fast enough.
Yeah, it's very... I mean, unless he makes a huge mistake.
If there's like any backup behind, I think they can save him. We'll see. They're going to try.
Aces onto the low ground, into the Enchant Totem. They're going to try to take him out. He's at half HP, but pops his BKB, and they're going to turn around to Puppy. And down he goes. Shiva's is applied. The roll in by LANM, trying to find some more kills. Looks like Fata will be next. That's 2 dead. Exorcism is used, though, as LANM trying to find some more. Doesn't look like he'll be able to do so. Yapsor able to TP out in time.
Yeah, this time Vici were ready for it. Learned from game number 1, didn't make the same mistake again with being too overconfident. They choose to send out the tankier hero in Ori close to the ledge. He gets jumped, but immediate counter response from the Lion, who did have the Blink Dagger that time, and the Earth Spirit gets them 2 easy kills. There's no Roshan yet. I think Vici would love to get that right now as a collateral, but maybe instead they're just going to try to run down mid and get some tower damage, or Rex damage rather, but no Exorcism. I don't think they know about the no buyback status on Shaker. They know that Darkseer doesn't have one. But they might just chance it here. This fight could actually go wrong for Vici Gaming if they do it. I think they're not going to do it. Need to wait for that Exorcism. Their Medusa, or their Death Prophet, is so much worse without it.
And she's almost not even a hero. Oh, Spirit Siphon is actually quite good.
Spirit Siphon, Shiva's Guard, Yules. You know, there's still some pretty good utility with the Silence, but it's half the hero. Heal for sure. So. Gonna wait, control the area here, stay on the high ground, not let Secret move out around this area. Secret will definitely not go there right now. They have no control whatsoever. They will play around the top where they feel safer. And now Morphling and the rest of Vici Gaming will probably push down toward bottom. He actually just used his buyback money on
a butterfly.
A butterfly, so a bit of an opportunity maybe for Team Secret if they find him, but there's no way. Damage.
I mean, there's no way they know that, of course.
Oh my god, he is so hard right now. 700 damage.
Yeah.
Let's see him kill his dragon. Oh, come on.
But the wall, Synderen, his illusion is quite strong.
Boom, boom. Okay.
Not maybe not as much damage as we thought.
Let's look at the shrine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
He hits more than Tiny now.
Yeah.
Towards structures.
Okay, that was a creep way, or a camp.
You seem very enthralled by his double damage.
I always like seeing high damage heroes with double damage. Something about it. Well, Roche is about to spawn, but Vici Gaming are actually going for an aggressive play instead. I think this is a bit risky.
Oh, the coil misses. The Waning Rift to follow. Will they follow through or not? 2 waveforms used. Looks like Secret's going to try to turn this around on the mistakes that Vici have made, but the BKBs are pop galore. Looks like Puppy's going to be first to fall, so no Echo Slam being used in this fight. Looks like Ace uses that ult to get a nice telekinesis. A lot of damage being applied, but the push through with LANM might not be able to get out himself. The sacrifice will be worth it, though, if that comes to be. Yules onto Death Prophet. They're going to find the Earth Spirit at the end of the day, and Ori's in a lot of trouble now, getting slowed by the Scotty. Can they do enough damage to finish him off? It looks like it will be the case. So 2 dead for Vici Gaming as Secret want to continue the pressure. Fenrir looks to be next. That's going to be an easy pickup on the way. Can they find more? Paparazzi, of course, the big prize. And no buyback to speak of, like you said, but not getting really close to
that was actually really bad for Vici Gaming. They missed the coil on the opening. They go in with Morphling's BKB, so they commit 2 of their really key abilities to get almost nothing forced. They have to use the Exorcism and run in with the Death Prophet. So they used everything on the fight. That was really hard just because they missed the coil. Like, sometimes you just got to cut your losses and let it be, but they still went for the kill. Secret punished them, and now Young 11 is in a really bad position.
Yules is there. Mid one pops the wand. A little bit of extra mana to work with. Where will Young 11 try to go? Doesn't matter, he's dead. Does have buyback though, 82 seconds if he's not going to use it.
They have to spend buybacks to not give this Roshan to Secret. And
game 1?
Throwing so much of their lead away right now.
Secret definitely have a good opportunity to bring this game back in their favor, but Morphling is the beast in this game. Can you control him? If you can take him out, still no buyback for 1,000 gold. Roshan,
Secret don't have
75%
they don't have the
HP.
damage for this Roche. They don't do it fast enough. Mid one's gonna gamble here. He's just like, maybe I can find an opening. He's gonna go around the back. And Vici Gaming, will they get caught? Land him in a good position here. He sees Puppy. Could blink and stun him at any time to prevent him from going in.
Here comes the Yapzor initiation. They're going to try to blow up the puck. There's the back and the wall. Will it be on the Morphling is the question. Pops the BKB and just right-clicks that Darkseer down easily. We'll have to find a different avenue as the wall is in the way. But Secret do take out another hero. Buyback under the Death Prophet. That's 2 for 1 right now. 1 buyback into the game from Yapzor. Fenrir in the meantime being isolated, but on the backside in the river. Ori trying to catch up to Ace. Not a whole lot of mana right now as Morphling attempting to catch up. There's the E-Blade, there's the adaptive strike, and there's the death. Double kill for Ori. A 2 for 3 with a buyback on Yapzor. And we'll see if Vici Gaming can find any more. Yapzor and company looking to potentially defend this. Puppy's still with that Echo Slam.
Certainly making it exciting here, Vici Gaming. They
do it for the fans.
Ember's back.
Ember is here, mid one, dealing tons of damage. Looks like Lion will find his way to the grave just barely with that Flame Guard. A nice kill for Secret again. Nice dodge as well from mid one.
He's warming up now.
Only 1 buyback in the game right now, by the way.
This is when mid one is at his best, when he starts getting items on Ember Spirit. I think this is like his most comfortable position in Dota in general. Farmed on this exact hero. It's when he shines the most, and he's been doing a lot of work in these last fights for Secret. It feels like after he got that Mjolnir, it really changed his game. Doing so much damage in every fight. They're obviously very extended fights, and if he doesn't get caught in the back, he gets to consistently throw out those sleights of fist. Yapzor's going to get a steal off. He got the Crypt Swarm, not the best steal, not the worst. He can push some waves. And mid one will maybe do some damage to this top tier 1 tower that Secret have yet to claim, and at 45, it's half HP.
Pretty interesting gold breakdown here between mid one and, well, I don't know. This doesn't really tell the whole story, I feel like. The lane creep's obviously a pretty big deal, but overall, Ember Spirit had a very rough start. That's kind of the issue, right?
Absolutely.
But he's come back in spades, no doubt about it. And that Radiance might have a lot to do with it, actually. He picked it up. And ever since then has been farming to a high degree in these fights. And he feels like Weeha in a lot of ways, where once you get a lot of these items, very good spellcaster with itemization usage in fights.
Absolutely.
Very good at clicking them buttons, in other words.
So what buybacks do we have now? This is like the most important thing. Only Morphling. Okay. We'll probably see him play pretty aggressive. There's a smoke from Vici Gaming. Puppy's going to fissure and blink away, I guess. Not even blinking. That's pretty confident. Lanham is running around the back. If he fights literally anyone, he's going to instant Yules and try to set up a fight for them, I think.
Mid one, very aggressive right now. Has the Sleight of Fist, obviously, with the Searing Chains. Going to find Paparazzi. He's already getting very low. No. He gets Hex and brought down.
No buyback.
No buyback. 120 seconds.
Oh, he was not ready for that Hex.
This is definitely, we have a double damage as well. Of course, it's past 40 minutes, so increases the chances of getting one of those bad boys. As there's another Hex, this time onto Puppy. Not going to get stunned. He gets a nice blink off.
Paparazzi's on the hunt now. He feels like absolute god mode. He could go back to Roche. Should be a fairly safe Roche for Vici Gaming. 5 against 4 without the Ember Spirit, one of the absolute strongest heroes in the game right now. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 26,
oh my god. Meanwhile, while you're counting like a juvenile, Puppy's
35 attacks for Roche. 35.
90 seconds on the deck, and this mid-rack is in a bit of trouble. Ace is going to continue to hit from the low ground. No buyback. This is a huge deal. Bottom rack is dead, and Secret are somehow staying in this game.
Okay, Lanham.
Lanham jumps in, gets telekinesed into the fissure and into the right clicks. Ace has to pop the stone gaze. Might be a waste. He's going to try to get out, but that TP is canceled. He gets turned into a stone, though, and into that wall as well. We'll see how much damage that illusion is going to end up doing, but it looks like they're going to bring down that very tanky Medusa. 99 seconds, but does have buyback. Paparazzi.
Yules
16 and
bonus
2.
kill here.
Yules onto Fata, into the silence, into the right clicks with the Scotty. Telekinesis is there, though.
Nice
shot from Yapzor, and the Fissure completely blocks them off. Has to use that second waveform. Trying to find Fata in the trees.
Could morph into him, maybe. Didn't see him. Just barely got out.
That'll be the end of that engagement.
Tier 4's taking damage in mid, but Secret have a decent amount of buffer on them still, so getting time to go back. Push out the mid wave will Puppy.
How are they staying in this game?
It's very impressive. Now, Refresher Shard is online on Ori together with Aegis. They have chosen to give the Aegis a Death Prophet this time, I guess because of that Refresher Shard. So now they can use the ulti twice. Now it actually is really useful to have it. Generally, transformation heroes don't really want to have that Aegis, but now it's pretty good. They've given the cheese to Paparazzi, probably because he has buyback and Ori doesn't, and this is like the safer approach from Vici, so showing very good understanding of the risks. And
Echo Slam used, Impale to follow though. Here comes mid one, dealing tons of damage. Ori half HP with the BKB activated. The Morphling died right off the bat. He was full agility, so they just found a great initiation for Secret. Now here's the Hex. See if they can find some more. Young 11, nice fissure from Puppey again. They're going to try to take, there's a refresher. Ori pops the BKB. Young 11 with the nice coil onto 2 heroes into the crit form. Here comes Paparazzi. He bobbed back into the game and he's dealing a ton of damage. Double kill for him. Puppey looks to be next on the list. That is going to be a 3rd kill from that buyback. Well worth it if you are Vici Gaming. And here's the buybacks now from Secret being used to full effect. 2 there. And Vici, see if they continue the pressure or not. Ori still with the Exorcism. That was the Refresher Shard, I do believe.
Yep, he has the Aegis, but that second life is not so useful now that he's used his Shard.
If they can get Paparazzi here, this will be a dieback. Here comes Spaka with it back into the wall, into the right clicks. But Ori taking lots of damage on the sideline. Morphling and company, they get the rack. They should be happy with this. Ori, he gets Searing Chains, has to pop BKB again. He's extremely fast right now. Lan M rolling out. Ori might be the sacrifice if they're not careful. The fissure does not connect with Ori though. Lan M looks to be doing that for his team. And down he goes. So 40 seconds with no puck, 82 with no Earth Spirit.
Mid one has the Resonant Recharge talent. He keeps having
Searing Chains. He gets healed up thanks to the Exorcism, gets silence into Telekinesis and the Fissure. Can they actually finish him off? With Fenrir and Paparazzi, it's very tricky here for Secret. They can continue to try to CC this Death Prophet, but Paparazzi deals so much damage, they have to fear that. They will take him down. That is the Aegis though. And Morphling has to pop the BKB. Mid one and Secret will continue to try and chase either hero. This would be huge. He's going to go down if he's not careful. This is going to be a huge kill for Secret, and down he goes. 120 seconds, no Morphling. Can Secret actually do this? At the very least, this bottom racks will be falling, if not more. The mid racks not available for the taking. They could just go straight for Throne. No creeps though, the fortification's there.
Refresher
the backdoor protection, creeps are coming in. Refresher orb on Ori. All right, he's gonna have double Exorcism. His actual ult just came up as well, so no Morphling though for 100 seconds. Here comes the coil onto 2 heroes. He's actually stole it. Did the Rubik, and Ori's going to pop the BKB with that Exorcism. Ace trying to kite him to a high degree. He's going to get stunned up. Can they bring him down again? There's the wall. He's taking tons of damage. There's a right click. There's the Echo Slam. Puppey takes him out, and Secret are going to force this to a game 5 some way, somehow. How is this possible? How? Cinderin, how? Explain this to me. Game 5 of this best of 5 coming up soon. My lord. Secret from the depths of hell have come back in 2 games. They should have lost all 4 games in this series. They should be 0-4. Instead, 2-2.